Well, I think from a Oklahoma State standpoint, we got a little better today, even though the outcome wasn't in the left column. But free throw, rebounds, it's one of my biggest pet peeves in basketball. We have four of us there, and they have two. And I think they had 9 or maybe 10 points on those opportunities. When you're playing the now #1 team in the country in their building, you can't do that. And in essence, I felt pretty good about what we did offensively. I thought we wanted to try to go a little deeper in the shot clock early. We wanted to try to help our defense by playing good offense and by to use football terminology, just kind of time of possession. See if they would make a mistake. I thought we were halfway successful with that, and I felt good about our tempo the first half. Kansas is so good, and they've always been good at taking advantage of you in transition. And what we did was we fouled, and it put us in harm's way. Getting Mitchell Solomon in foul trouble hurt us in the first half. Leighton Hammonds was not even a blip on the screen today because of foul trouble. But I was really proud of Devon Dillard, young man I haven't been playing a great deal, and came in, led us in rebounding, he gives us some toughness. I told Frank after the game, Mason, if it ended today, in my opinion, he'd be the National Player of the Year. He refuses to let them lose, and it's both ends of the court. And then I thought, Devontae hit a couple big threes, which hurt. But and then you talk about Josh, and he does what he does at 6'8", gets the foul line. He's aggressive. He's motored up, and he's got a dog in him that I love, and made a big defensive play late in front of our bench, but very good basketball team. I thought it was a very good game today.
You think all three of those guys, Mason, Graham, and Jackson, have a lot of dog in addition to just being talented guys?
There's no question. I mean, this league this year has elite point guards, all the way up and down the conference. Elite point guards. More importantly, most of them are veteran point guards. And I've used the term. It's like having Tom Brady at quarterback. And there's nothing that you can throw at them that they have not seen. And I've watched Frank for 4 years, and I mean, his bulldog mentality. I mean, he's getting that thing to the rim. He's going to make the stop. He's going to sit down and guard. He's going to do whatever it takes for that team to win. There's not many people that have it. And Josh's stuff is legendary. I mean, he stood out on the AAU circuit, and it's probably a shame because of our culture today. He stood out because he played hard. I mean, he's talented, but he stood out. He plays hard. He's motored up. I mean, we just wrote dog next to his name because that's what he is in Scout. I appreciate that. And, and Devontae, I don't know where he's at in that in terms of leadership, but he follows right along. And there's a refuse to lose mentality that they have. We don't have that yet. Put that in all caps, yet. Because by God, we're going to get it at some point. But it's there's no question.
Kansas has been giving up more points this year than they usually do. Higher percentage. Do you notice anything about their defense, even though they have this dog mentality?
Well, they don't have great depth, which, and I don't know their inner workings, but their depth is a factor in terms of being able to protect the rim. And I think there's there's positives to having size and being able to protect the rim, and this is not one of Kansas' bigger teams. It doesn't mean they're not great, because they're very, very good. But that's, if I would say any one reason, I would think it's just a little lack of depth and maybe not the one or two other frontline guys that they've potentially had in the past.
Are you happy with your players' shot selections this evening? Even though,
Yeah, I mean, we are who we are, and we've been a team that's been limited with being able to throw the ball into the post. Juwan's a guy that's we lean on a lot. I think he took 20 shots tonight, 22 shots. He'll make more of those than he's with, but that he misses. But for the most part, we're okay.
Hey, Brad, what's his struggles been offensively, Juwan?
The other teams?
In league play?
The other teams? I mean, it's not a. He's got a reputation, and it's not just him. I mean, we've all. I think there's a reason we've seen an improvement in Jeffrey Carroll. I think there's a reason we've seen Phil have some big nights. It's because of him. The other part of that is 2 of the last 3 games he's played 4 and 5 minutes in the first half because of foul trouble. So it's hard when you're not into a flow and you're not into a rhythm to regain that. So John's good, and I mean I don't put too much into that, and he's our guy, and we're gonna lean on him very heavily.
You mentioned you thought it was a step forward. Were you happy or proud of the way that not too many teams get down 5 points after a 17-5 run, I think it was, and then regain the lead back on Kansas? Did that ever please you?
I'm pleased because I liked our locker room at the end of the game. When you got guys in there that sacrifice and commit, and it hurts. I haven't seen that every game. And you have to pay a price to win. Kansas is the best. I mean, what Bill's done here is remarkable. Winning's doggone hard, and we're trying to get there. And losing is not an option, and it's never going to be acceptable. And Texas, I'll just be blunt, Texas. We have guys more happy to get their box lunch, I think, and get on the bus. No, not anymore. So improvement there. I think like I said, I think we found a player, Mitchell Solomon. And I have so much respect for Phil Forte, because Phil's taken the bull by the horns with our team, and he's given us a chance.
You mentioned you don't